Are you having trouble sleeping? Then come to Shop Miami Mattress.
Hello, I'm Javier with Shop Miami Mattress, and I want to introduce Joe to you. I have asked him to come in so that we can share an experience with you that could prove to be real valuable. Joe's a customer of ours who went through a very unique experience, and I just wanted to talk to you about what we were able to do in order to help him get a better night's sleep. So Joe had called me because he was having an issue with his particular mattress and how he was sleeping at night. And Joe will tell you a little more about his story in a minute, but when we get a phone call from a customer who is not getting a good night's sleep, it's something that we respond to quickly, because that's the whole idea, is to be able to have a guest come in, help them find what they need or what they're looking for, and then in turn get them to sleep better at night, because that's really what we want. And when we got this phone call, I really couldn't figure out what the best way was to help Joe. So I said, Joe, with your permission, let me take a visit out to your home. Let me go see for myself what it is that you're trying to explain to me, because I just can't figure it out. So Joe had purchased an adjustable bed and mattresses with us, and Joe wasn't able to get the night's sleep that we thought he was going to get. And Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about what was going on?
Sure. So I use a Cpap machine, and I use the full, not the full face, but that covers my nose and my mouth. And I'm a side sleeper. So when I would go on my side, it would break the seal at times. It was hard for me to truly get comfortable in the mattress. And so I tried using two pillows and placing the other pillow in a certain way so that the mask wasn't affected. And I was not sleeping well at all. I would say, if I had to be honest with you, I was probably sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night. So as Javier stated, I called him and said, this isn't working out well for me. And he came over. And this is where my life changed, because Javier took the time to see how I was sleeping. The knowledge that the things that he was sharing, the knowledge that he was throwing at me was just like blowing my mind. And the next thing that he said is what was crazy to me. He said, Joe, tonight I would like you to sleep on your back. Now, this was about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And so I was 50 years old, and I've always, as far as I can remember, slept on my side, whether it was my left side or my right side. So Javier said, please try tonight to sleep on your back. And I thought he was nuts. I was like, I can't do that. I've tried to do that in the past. But what was different is I wasn't sleeping on my back on a flat bed. I was sleeping in the zero gravity setting of the adjustable bed, where your back is slightly elevated and your legs are slightly elevated. And so I said, okay, Javier, I will do that. I will try it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in this bed just so that way you all can see exactly what I'm talking about, and see what happened that was crazy to me. You wanna?
Yep, jump in there, Joe. So basically, Joe made the investment of an adjustable base, but wasn't using the adjustable base for sleeping purposes. He was using it more for a lifestyle piece. So
watching TV.
Watching TV, that's exactly what it is. So when you are able to articulate the base And most adjustable bases will serve the purpose of raising the head and raising the feet. But the most important thing that happens is that we change the way we sleep, because if we're sleeping on our sides, which most of us do, when you're in zero gravity on your back, it's no different than if you were sleeping on your side as it relates to the positioning. It's just healthier because you're sleeping flat on your back. So tell us what happened next.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do this like this. Hopefully it's not too crazy, but I have to go to sleep with the TV on because my mind is going crazy, and it's hard for me to go to sleep because I'm thinking of so many things. So I have my TV on, I have the remote, and I set the timer to 1 hour, and I hit the button on my remote of the bed to the zero gravity, and I had them both on my chest. And so I'm watching the TV, and then I finally go to sleep. And that very next morning, roughly 7.5 hours, I think it was actually a little bit more, over 7.5 hours, I wake up and both remotes were still on my chest. I never moved. I do remember that I probably moved my legs, but this part of my body, and I know that I tossed and turned before that all the time, being I weigh an average 160 pounds, okay, maybe 360. When you sleep on your side and you weigh that much, your circulation is broken. And I know Javier mentioned something about the circulation and when you're laying on your back.
Right. So what happens is when you lay flat on your back, we don't have any, we have the ability to not restrict blood flow because your body's being extended over a much greater area. And when you're on your back, you don't have the ability to cut your circulation. So your body involuntarily doesn't need to toss and turn at night. Right.
So my CPAP mask seal doesn't break because I'm here and nothing is, so my seal is perfect all night long.
Right. Right. And being elevated also opens up your airways, so you need less, you need to
Pressure.
breathe less and
Less pressure in the CPAP.
right, less pressure in the CPAP, so you're not needing to adjust your positioning or your CPAP machine.
So let me get up and you can hold the remote.
I'm in control.
So this is what happened, and it literally, actually I don't have my phone. If my phone could be thrown at me.
Good catch, Joe.
I with the CPAP machine that I have, it's a ResMed AirSense 10, I want to say, and it is auto sensing. Those of you that have CPAP know exactly, you know, this language in which I speak. So I have a My Air app, and we are February 2nd, 2018 today, and I go back in my log, and I could show you, and this is gonna blow your mind. You probably can't even fathom this, and this isn't a normal occurrence, but this did happen. I'm gonna walk up. I don't know, can you see if it's good?
Yes.
I slept 9 hours and 55 minutes on January 7th, which was a Sunday. 9 hours and 55 minutes. As I look through my log, I average roughly 7.5 hours of sleep every night. Sometimes I have a 6 hour, a 5 hour, but I know if I have a 5 hour night because of I own a few businesses, so my mind is always going. And once I become awake a little bit, I'm ready to get up and start working. But I average 7.5 hours sleep every night.
And what were you averaging before?
Oh, like I said, probably 4 to 5 tops. 5 would be a blessing, yeah. But it wasn't 5 hours of being gone. Here, I'm out because I don't have that blood flow being hindered.
Right. So it's uninterrupted sleep.
That is correct.
So I hope that this experience resonates and reaches out to you, because I know that there are many people out there who would love to be able to say, I got 7-8 hours of uninterrupted restorative sleep last night. And that doesn't mean 7.5 hours of having your eyes closed or being in bed. That means waking up and feeling completely different because you actually received restorative sleep. So, Joe, I want to thank you for sharing your story.
Thanks for
I appreciate
inviting
it.
me.
Well, listen, we want to share a real experience and let everyone know that this can also happen to you. Come see us at one of our locations here in South Florida, whether that be at the Palmetto Bay area, the Kendall area, or visit us online at shopmiamimattress.com and set up an appointment. Give us a call. We're here to help you. And as always, I, Javier Stefanoni, guarantee your satisfaction.